What up? What up? What up? What up? What up with it? Happy Halloween. Even though it's not Halloween yet, I'm wearing my Halloween costume. It's Halloween weekend. I don't normally wear a fucking Cookie Monster outfit in my own home. Maybe I do. What's it to you? Appreciate you guys all stopping by today. We're gonna have a great stream. Dressed as the Cookie Monster. I always wear my Halloween costume every year on stream, so we're keeping up the tradition here. So I appreciate you guys all stopping by. Let's get it here. Hopefully everyone is having a good day. Had a good Saturday, good weekend. TTV Phoenix 24. Thank you for the super chat. Had Deontay and picked up Jennings, but both are out. Yeah, that's a tough scene. So you need one for the wide receiver 2. My league is slim at the wide receiver position. Tillman, Douglas, Sutton, Worthy, Persall. I think I would personally go with Worthy. Worthy has the highest upside of that grouping. Now, Worthy also has the lowest floor, right? Worthy, I guess maybe not compared to these guys, but because we saw Sutton get a big fat 0 last week. But Worthy is the kind of guy that could go out there this week and score you 30 fantasy points. Now, is that the most likely scenario? Of course not, right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he's guaranteed to score 30 points, but he could, right? And in a matchup like this up against the Raiders, where the Raiders all summer were making fun of Patrick Mahomes, they had this like little Kermit the Frog doll, and the Kermit the Frog doll was wearing a Patrick Mahomes jersey, and they were clowning him. And while Patrick Mahomes hasn't really played that great this season, I think Patrick Mahomes is going to take it incredibly personally. So I think that if you want the safest bet, I would probably play Ricky Pearsall, if you want the safest bet, because he should be the number 2 on San Francisco and get a decent amount of volume. I think Tillman's relatively safe as well, but I would go with Worthy just because the upside is so high in that Kansas City Chiefs offense. So again, I would definitely go with Worthy though. I'm surprised that Worthy is even available in your league if it is slim pickings. Anyone that has the rankings, there's on my Patreon. The rankings are being updated as we speak. I am in the process of updating them right now. Thank you for the super chat again. I'm going Worthy. What's up, Ben? How you doing, man? We meet again. Kyler coming in to ruin his comeback. I hope not. Wish we were there, brother. Yeah, one day for sure. Love you, dude. Let's go Cards. Good luck to the Cardinals. Obviously, I'm not gonna fucking make fun of you. Consider you to be a friend of mine, so I'm not gonna be like fuck the Cardinals, even though that might be what I'm internally thinking. Non PPR Hunt Swift JT pick 2. Oh man, it's hard to sit Jonathan Taylor, but he is coming back from an injury that's kept him out multiple weeks, and he's coming back into a spot where it's a tough matchup, right? It's not like he's coming back against the Dolphins run defense, right? One of the worst run defenses in the NFL. He's going up against a team that could stop them. Anthony Richardson hasn't looked the best, and that's not promising either for Jonathan Taylor. So personally, I'm probably just going to go Swift and Hunt. Hunt's been playing real well. So has Swift. I get you probably want to play Jonathan Taylor, which is why I asked the question. But I think this week I would leave JT on the bench. But overall on the season, like from a season-long standpoint, Jonathan Taylor is going to be in there majority of weeks. Just not this week. Yo, what's up, Spock? How we doing? Jaden Daniels is playing, question mark? I don't think so. Maybe he'll play, though. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's a guarantee that he plays or that he doesn't play. It's going to be a game time decision, which basically means you are absolutely screwed because if you don't have another quarterback playing at 4:00, you kind of just have to roll the dice and play him or not play him, right? If you have, I guess you could pick up Mariota. If you have Daniels and another quarterback that's competent, I'm just playing the other quarterback. It's so much easier to swallow the pill of just playing the other quarterback. Because if Jaden Daniels doesn't play and then you get absolutely reamed, you're going to be very disappointed. So that's how I look at things. Plus, Jaden Daniels coming off of an injury, he might not look the best with the ribs. Half PPR need 2. Brian Thomas Jr., McLaurin, Flowers. Need 2. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. Great question. Need 2. Half PPR, McLaurin, Flowers, BTJ. I think it's gonna be Flowers and BTJ because, again, I think that McLaurin is in a tough spot because, for one, I really don't think Jaden Daniels is gonna play. And for two, he's going up against a tough defense. Like, the Bears defense is legit. Now, he could obviously see enough volume to be valuable, right? Like, I don't see McLaurin being like this big old bust, right? Where if you had to play him this week, he's going to completely bend you over the table. But I don't love him this week either. Like, most weeks, I'm pretty high on Terry McLaurin. This week, I'm not. So I would probably go with BTJ and Flowers. I am pessimistic on BTJ as well, but I trust BTJ a little bit more. So I'm going to go Flowers and BTJ. Thank you, Zach, for the super chat as well. Need two PPR Chubb, Ramondre, Dowdle. Great question. I'm going to go Ramondre and I'm going to go with Dowdle. Now, I am a little bit worried about how Dowdle's usage is going to look because doesn't seem like they just want to use Dowdle anymore. It seems like they want to turn this into like a three-headed backfield. But Chubb is also in that scenario guaranteed, whereas it's not a guarantee that Dowdle is. And again, Chubb's coming back off the injury. Once Chubb's more healthy, he's going to be like an obvious start. But as of right now, I'm thinking I'm going Ramondre and Dowdle. Again, I just don't really want to start Nick Chubb just yet, unless you were in a much worse situation than you're in, right? If you're like, oh, I got to start either fucking Tyler Algier or Nick Chubb or like someone that's way worse, then of course the answer would be Nick Chubb. But for this question, I'm gonna go with Ramondre and Dowdle. Should I trade Puka for Amon-Ra St. Brown? Yes. Yes, I would. Now, Puka looked really good. He looked really, really, really good. But they still have Cup. He's not the clear wide receiver one on the team, whereas Amon-Ra St. Brown is. Now, I still think that Amon-Ra St. Brown can be successful. I still think Puka Nacua can be successful, not just as the clear wide receiver one on the team. You know what I mean? But I would personally want to play Amon-Ra like week to week. Like if you're looking, oh, Nick, what are your season long rankings? I would have Amon-Ra ranked probably 8 ish spots ahead of Puka Nacua. If you Yeah, I would definitely want to have Amon-Ra St. Brown again. It's not by this crazy wide margin, right? It's not like Puka's down here, Amon-Ra's way up here. They are kind of close, but I think I'd rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown. And to be honest, I think that's pretty easy thought process. 14 team, 3 bench, only need help. Only need help. Quarterback, Allen. Your running backs are JT, your Mason, Achan, Monty, Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Amari, Waddle, tight end is Ingram. That's interesting. You only have 3 bench spots. That's different. I don't like those kind of leagues where you can't really hold too many players, where you can't hold as many players on your bench, but some people are in leagues like that. It makes it very tough in a 14-team league, but I get why people do it. It's because now the waiver wire actually has players on it, because in a 14-team league, the waivers are terrible. So you get a much better look at the waivers if there's only 3 bench spots. So your quarterback's obviously going to be Allen, right? That's a no-brainer. At running back, you're going to go Mason and you're going to go Achan. At wide receiver, you're going to go Neighbors and you're going to go Amari Cooper. At tight end, you're going to go Ingram. And then for your flex, we're going Montgomery. And if you need another wide receiver, it would be Brian Thomas Jr. So we'll go Allen, Mason, Achan, lock those in. Neighbors and Amari Cooper. Then your tight end is going to be Ingram. Your flex is going to be Montgomery. And if you need another wide receiver instead of Brian Thomas, actually, we're going to go Waddle. So it's going to be Josh Allen, Mason, Achan, Neighbors, Amari Cooper, tight end Ingram. Then Montgomery's the flex. And if you need a third wide receiver or a second flex, it would be Waddle. It's a very good team for a 14-team league. Luke, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat again. Higgins is out, starting Njoku at flex. Bowers is your tight end one. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I think Njoku is going to put up very respectable numbers this week. I think with famous Jameis being under center is going to do a whole lot for Ninjoku. So, did I say Devon Achane? I meant Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston not being there is going to do a whole lot for Ninjoku. Now, I don't think Jameis is like the skeleton key answer, but I do definitely think Ninjoku is a really good bet this week, especially since he scored with Winston last week and he got a shit ton of targets. I don't expect that many targets this week, but definitely a lot. Definitely a lot of targets. Standard league, Stroud or Purdy? Great question. What's that? Stroud or Purdy? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go look at my rankings. I have to look at my rankings. I took a picture myself, so it looks like I shit my pants. That's why, because I can never take a picture with like a straight face. You gotta always do something fucking stupid. I got Stroud 8, Purdy 9, so I'd go with Stroud. I like both of them this week, but Stroud's matchup against the Colts. I mean, the Colts are legitimately one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I don't think they have a single answer for what CJ Stroud has, even without Nico Collins. And allegedly, Nico Collins will be back next week. Daniels is trending towards playing, you saw. Let's research that real quick. Even if he's trending towards playing, I think it's still pretty risky to play him at 4 o'clock, because if he doesn't go, then that's really bad for you. Jaden Stormy Daniels. Let's see. Jaden Daniels is likely to play today. Pretty good chance to play. Okay. They are saying. Okay, so he's probably going to play. I still don't have him ranked super high, if I'm being honest with you. Alexis, thank you for the super chat. Please bin for pick 2 wide receivers for me to start today. No problem. I got you. Mario Douglas, McMillan, Judy, Shepard, Yoshi Voss, Tillman. Great question. I'm going to go Tillman, and I'm going to go DeMario, teach me how to Dougie. Now, I get Douglas absolutely destroyed you last week if you had to play him. Due to the fact that he got hurt, but you cannot just write a guy off because he gets hurt I don't even know if he got hurt. I think he was sick. I think he was sick was the narrative, and then doesn't play like half the game. I'm not writing a guy off because of that after doing that once. I don't love the matchup against the Jets. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, this is some great spot against the Jets, but I think Douglas will be fine. And then I'm going to go with Tillman because I think Tillman's the number 1 receiver in Cleveland. So that's the way that the cookie crumbles here. We're going to go Tillman, and we're going to go Douglas. Teach me how to Dougie. Wesley, thank you for the super chat. How are you doing, man? I'm doing great. Love the outfit. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. All right. Need 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Running back, Achane, Jordan Mason, James Conner, Montgomery Chubb, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Chris Olave. Thanks, man. No problemo. So you need 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. All right. You definitely need Achane. Definitely are going to want Achane in at running back. At wide receiver, you're going to play Garrett Wilson for sure. Garrett Wilson's definitely the top, and DJ Moore. I think Chris Olave is going to be fine because I do think that he's going to get force-fed the ball. Like, it's just kind of basically a given, right? They don't have Shaheed. Spencer Rattler already kind of confirmed that, hey, I see Olave. I'm going to throw the ball to Olave. Right? It makes sense, right? That would be my game plan, too, if I was a Saints quarterback. So I think that we're going to see a lot of Olave. But again, his upside is relatively low because the offense is going to be scoring a bunch of points. So I'm going to go DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson at wide receiver, Achane at running back, and then your flex is going to be Jordan Mason. I get that Mason has basically absolutely torched all of us recently, but I do think brighter days are ahead for Jordan and Mason. So we're gonna go ahead and go with Achan, Wilson, Moore, and Jordan Mason. I like it more than Connor and Montgomery. Thank you for the super chat. Ryaz as well. Knicks or Cousins, Mason or Gibbs, non PPR. Been torn all week on these two decisions. Thanks, my friend. No problem. I am gonna go with Knicks or Cousins. I'm going Cousins, and that's coming from someone that really likes Bo Nix this week. I really like Bo Nix this week. And I still think I would go with Cousins. Cousins' best performance of the year was up against the Bucks. While I think that this Bucks team is obviously worse than the Bucks team that they played last time, I don't think that necessarily means that they're not going to show up, right? I think that the Bucks are going to be able to, even with the receivers not being the best, be able to stay in this game. But I will say that I do think that this might sound crazy, but I actually think Bo Nix might be safer than Kirk Cousins because because Kirk Cousins has had some down games, right? Where he's like the quarterback 28, 25, right? Where Bo Nix recently has been a consistent top 18-ish guy. I'm personally going to go with Coles Cash Kirk and then Mason or Gibbs in non PPR. You're basically just saying, hey, which one of these guys do I think will score the touchdown? Because that's what really takes you over the top in standard. I'm going to go Gibbs because I do think Gibbs will be able to score in this game. I think that the Lions are going to be huge favorites, and I think that is going to lead um, to to a smash performance here. So I like Gibbs a ton. So we're going to go Gibbs, and we're going to go with Cousins. But if you want to play a safer bet, it's Knicks. Thank you for the super chat. PM Chunk, like CM Punk, maybe. Is that the joke there? That's pretty funny. PPR, Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, B Rob or Mooney. Now, in a vacuum, the answer is Jaden Daniels. But knowing he's hurt, sure, they're saying he's going to play, but that's not a guarantee. So that kind of makes me a little bit nervous. So I would not be playing Jaden Daniels. Also, the matchup against the Bears isn't the best, whereas Caleb has a much better matchup. Caleb's been a top 8 quarterback in back-to-back games. I think he repeats yet again this week and puts up a top 8 performance against the Commanders. And then B-Rob or Mooney, I would probably go with I think I would go Mooney, to be honest with you. Like, I think I have Brian Robinson ranked higher, but I think this is going to be a real good game out of Mooney. And the matchup for B Rob is tough, especially again, if Jaden Daniels is hurt and it's impacting how he's playing and they're not able to move the ball as effectively, that's going to hurt B Rob's value. So I'm going to go Mooney and Caleb. Mooney and Caleb. Arjun, thank you for the super chat. Hey, brother. Hello. Mark Andrews or Kraft today. Also, Stevenson or Tracy. Great question. Thank you for the super chat. I would go Kraft. I know Andrews has been hot, 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 hot. He's been red hot over the last couple of weeks. And I don't expect him to necessarily cool completely off, right? I don't necessarily expect him to go backwards and be terrible, right? Like he was for the first, 6 weeks of the season. But I also don't want to pretend that Stevenson or that Mark Andrews is now just 100% back. It's not like he's seeing a crazy amount of targets. He's been scoring. I'm going Kraft and then Stevenson or Tracy. I just think you have to go Stevenson because even if Tracy is the quote unquote guy, the Giants' offensive line is trash. They're going up against the Steelers who have TJ Watt and friends who are going to be all up in the face of the quarterback. So I am not feeling the most nicey about Tracy. Even though I think Tracy's a talented player, like I think Tracy honestly might be more talented than Stevenson, but I'm personally going to go ahead and go with Stevenson over Tracy and then Kraft over Mark Andrews. Thank you for the super chat. Joey Ford, thank you, my man. Yoshi or Tillman, full PPR. I think a lot of people are going to be real high on Yoshi today, and that could lead to a big disappointment. But Yoshi versus Tillman. Oh, Sammy's here. What's up, Sammy? Buffalo War Pigs, baby. How are you doing? I'm gonna go Yoshi over Tillman, and then I'm gonna go back to a different question because there was a question earlier. And I think I gave the wrong answer now thinking further about it, so hopefully they're still here. Um, so I would go Yoshi over Tillman, 100%, because I do feel just a little bit more confident in that Cincinnati offense. So this question, go Tillman and go Yoshi. Disregard Demario Douglas, go Yoshi Voss and Tillman. I guess for some reason my brain was brain farting on why I would like Yoshi Voss, and now that I've thought about it more, it's Yoshi Voss and it's going to be Tillman. And then the other question here from Joey Ford, thank you for the super chat. It's going to be Yoshi over Tillman. I just trust Yoshi's offense more. Yoshi, Steven Borak, Tua or Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna go Tua. Spock's got Daniels over Tua. I don't know, man. I do not know. Something is telling me that Jaden Daniels with the fucking flak jacket, something's gonna be off. He's not gonna be able to run the ball as much. Again, I'm not saying Jaden Daniels is a terrible play, but what if Jaden Daniels doesn't play? Right? There's still a chance that they go to warm up an hour for the game, and then they say, you know what? Actually, we don't need to play him. Actually, we're gonna play this other. We're gonna play Mariota instead, and that scares me. Now, again, you can play Jaden Daniels if you want. I think Jaden Daniels has a ton of upside, but the matchup's tough too. I'm gonna go Tua. The Cardinals defense just isn't very good, and if Tua is just remotely what he used to be, he should be able to carve up this defense like the fucking Thanksgiving turkey. So I expect him to show up and have a good game. So I'm going Tua. And that's not even biased. I'm not trying to be biased. If Jaden Daniels was 100% healthy, the answer would be Jaden Daniels. 100%. Wake me up. All right. So I'm going Tua. Tua, turn of the ball over. The truther. Pittman, Judy, Komet need one for the flex, one for the wide receiver. I simply cannot play Jerry Judy. No, I'm not Jerry Judy. I simply cannot play Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman Jr. is essentially not dead, because he's not dead to me, but I am kind of tired of it. Like, I'm tired of Anthony Richardson's going to find Pittman. It's finally going to work. This, that, and the other thing. It's finally going to go his way. And then it just never does, right? It just never goes his way. Again, am I saying that you 100% can't play him? No, but I'm going to go Komet and I'm going to go Judy. I think Komet is more risky than Pittman, but Komet's ceiling to me is a lot higher. The matchup's tough for Pittman. I'm just done with Pittman. I am just done with him. I didn't like him in fantasy drafts this year. Loved him last year, and that paid off. Didn't like him this year. It's just the matchup's tough, and Anthony Richardson looks like shit, so I'm not playing him. I watch, should it be Scary Terry or Devontae Smith? For me, it's going to be Devontae Smith. I think Terry's going to be fine. And I know that you just got absolutely rinsed by Devontae Smith, but I think this game with Devontae Smith is going to be a lot closer, right? Last week, that game was just a mauling of the Giants. The Giants didn't stand a singular chance. They got absolutely butt fucked. And then you didn't really see any Devontae Smith because they didn't need him. They didn't need to use him. They were already up. They were up big. They were up bigly. They won by 1,000,000. It was over. So I think I'm personally going to go with Devontae Smith. It is close, but I'm going Devontae Smith. Next question. And I will get to the normal questions too after I get to these. His mobility will be diminished. I agree. I think he has to wear a flak jacket, dude. Your ribs don't get crushed, and then you go out there without the flak jacket. At least in my opinion. Nick, you're not a doctor. Nick, you don't know 100%. Of course, I don't fucking know 100%. No one knows 100%, right? Unless they went out and said it right now. Oh, he's 100% wearing it. He knows, though, if he's wearing it or not. He is. I would be shocked if he wasn't. Thank you for the super chat, Fahad. Thank you very much. Pick 2 quarterbacks to start. Dak, Richardson, Herbert, Rodgers. I'm going Rodgers and Dak. I so badly want to play Richardson. So badly want to. With my whole entire heart, I want to play him. But I don't think I can. I don't think I have the balls to actually do it. I just don't think I do. I think I would rather go the way of playing Rodgers and Dak. I just feel so much safer with them. Herbert is basically a no-go for me in fantasy at this point. The team runs the ball far too much for him to ever be a guy that I'm truly banging the drum for. Now, I don't necessarily think that Herbert's a bad player. I think he's a great player. I just think he's in a bad situation for fantasy football production. So I'm going to go Rodgers and Dak. Again, I so badly want to start Richardson. I just can't do it right now. So it's going to be Rodgers and Dak. Next question from Mike. Marvin Harrison Jr. or Mooney? That's kind of the point where you just have to play Marvin Harrison Jr. If you want safe production, right? If you're just sitting here like, Nick, I want to guarantee I get 10 points, then play Darnell Mooney because he's going to get you 10 points. I can basically guarantee you that. But he could also get you, like, Mooney's probably going to get you 8 to 16 points, right? 20 plus is kind of a wet dream. Harrison could get you 0, literally 0, but he could also get you 30, right? And the way I play fantasy football, I'm not necessarily every single week going out there and looking like, oh, I want to play the safest guys. I'm looking for a lot of upside, and I think the upside leans the way of Harrison. But again, if you want to be as safe as possible, you can play Mooney. I don't think that's a terrible decision, but I would go Marvin Harrison. The homie keep trying to get Cooper from me for Brian Thomas Jr. What do you think, bro? I think that's one of those where it's very, very even, right? I would say I probably would feel more comfortable with Cooper on my team over Brian Thomas Jr. Why would I feel more comfortable? Because Brian Thomas Jr. is on a team that has a lot of question marks on it, right? Trevor Lawrence is a question mark. The coaching's a question mark. The coach could get fired at any second. It just doesn't seem like the most ideal situation to be in. Whereas Amari Cooper's on the Bills are one of the offenses in the NFL that any given week could be the best offense in the NFL. You're tied to a quarterback that will feed the number one weapon on his team. Brian Thomas Jr. is an amazing player, and I don't want this to come off as me digging Brian Thomas Jr. because I have Brian Thomas Jr. on a lot of my fantasy teams because I told you guys to draft him, and I like him a lot, and I still like him a lot, to be honest with you, even with the woes at quarterback. But I think if it was my team, I'd rather have Amari Cooper by a very slight margin. And even if you lean Brian Thomas Jr., I think it would also be by such a slight margin where I wouldn't make the trade because I think this is one where you would regret it. Like you did the trade when you didn't have to. You already had Cooper, and then you make the trade, and then Brian Thomas Jr. is just slightly worse, and you feel like you just fucked yourself. So I think I'm going to continue to rock with Cooper in that scenario, but it is close. Rise above everything, my man. Thank you. Tua or Cousins? I would go Tua. And would you drop Zach Moss for Kendre Miller? No, because when Alvin Kamara is playing, Kendre Miller basically has no value. Whereas I do believe deep down that Zach Moss could still become the number one running back in Cincinnati. Like, I don't think it's guaranteed to be Chase Brown's backfield. Now, right now, I would say it is Chase Brown's, but Zach Moss has been hurt. Like, if Zach Moss is fully healthy, that could lead to Zach Moss getting more touches. So I'd rather have Zach Moss, and I'm gonna play Tua over Cousins. Davis, thank you for the super chat. Straight one, D Hop, Dubs, Pollard, or Pearsall. I think it has to be Pollard. I think it has to be Pollard. Now that offense of the Titans is just dreadful, but they are starting Mason Rudolph again, which would point to my belief that the offense won't be making as many mistakes. Now, it doesn't mean the offense is going to be great, but I don't think they're going to be making a lot of mistakes, whereas Will Levis will just throw the ball directly to the defense, right? Will Levis will do some shit that you've never seen before. It's like you handed a 7-year-old your Xbox controller and they're playing Madden. That's the kind of things that you get out of Levis that you just don't get out of Mason Rudolph. So I'm gonna go Pollard personally. Close though. Oh, straight, you meant start. I think I just put that in my head. In my head. Judy, Tracy Jr., Rome, PPR, also Cousins or Kyler. Great question. Great question. Judy, Tracy, or Rome. I love Roma Dunze to the death of me. I don't think I'm playing Rome over Judy. I think it has to be Judy again. I want to say Tracy. I want to come on here and just bang the drum for Tracy. Tell you guys that Tracy's the best fucking start ever. He's the best thing since sliced bread, this, that, and the other thing. I do think he's a great player, but I think the situation really dictates him into negative game script. He's in a matchup that's tough. The offensive line sucks ass. To me, I think your best move here is just playing Judy. I think Judy's your best bet. I think he's the safest bet, and I think the Browns offense is going to look a whole lot better with Jameis under center, and that's going to lead to a good game out of Judy, even though Judy kind of got the shit end of the stick last his last game out. And then we are going to go we're going to go Kyler and we're going to go Judy. Giorgio, thank you for the super chat. Pick 3. Olave, St. Brown, Pearsall, McMillan, Sutton. Olave, St. Brown, and Pearsall. I want to believe in McMillan because I did believe in McMillan a lot in the summer. And I did talk about how I thought if Evans and Godwin, or if one of those guys was to get hurt, knock on wood, we didn't root for injuries, but if it was to happen, then I thought that we would end up seeing McMillan be like the clear number 1, but that just doesn't appear to be the case. Whereas I think Pearsall is like a pretty locked and loaded wide receiver 2 in a solid enough matchup to score a decent amount of points. So St. Brown's a given. Olave is kind of a given with the guys you got. And then I would go with Pearsall. What's up, Caitlin? How you doing? But there's a big but. Shout out Violet Myers. Do you think that Tillman has a good matchup versus the Ravens? I don't think it's a great matchup, right? I don't think it's a great matchup, but I also don't think it's a bad matchup, right? I don't think it's the worst matchup ever, right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the Ravens defense is dog shit, right? I'm not going to clown on the Ravens like they're this sieve of a defense that has a million holes that just gets run a train on weekly by the defense or by their opposing offenses. But I also think he'll be fine in that spot. And I think the volume is what's going to carry him, in my opinion, Alexis. So I'm going to go with Till. I'm still very confident in Tillman. Twisted Folk, half PPR, pick 2 wide receivers and a flex. BTJ, DJ Moore, Jenny Reed, St. Brown, and H-Hand. Looking for the highest ceilings. None are bad. I know. Thanks, Nick. No problem. This is a tough question because you have so many good options. And we talk about this every single week. So a lot of your guys' teams are really good. And that leads to very tough decisions being made. And when you have a team that's as loaded as this, it leads to you making the wrong decision a lot because your decisions are such good players that, when fantasy football, a lot of the time, fantasy football is a blowout. That's something that a lot of people don't really talk about. Most games aren't these 2-3 point tit for tat performances super close. A lot of fantasy football games are fucking blowouts. Now, for some reason, I tend to always be in games that are super close for some strange reason, but most games are blowouts in fantasy football, at least in my opinion. I would go with DJ Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jaden Reed. I want to play A-Chain, but you just can't on your team. I like BTJ as well. Oh, it's Jaden Reed, it's St. Brown, and you know what? We're going to go A-Chain over DJ Moore. It's very close. It's like a very minute lead that A-Chain has over DJ Moore, but I just feel a little bit safer with A-Chain over DJ Moore. Even though you're looking for ceilings, I think they both have similar ceilings, and A-Chain is just safer. So Jaden Reed, St. Brown, and A-Chain. That's a great question. Thank you for the super chat. Frank, my man, thank you for the super chat. McLaurin, Bigsby, Olave, Rashad White, Dowdle. Pick 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. Throw Bigsby in the flex. Oh, but you have Rashad White as well. Fuck. You have Rashad White as well. I think I'm going to go Rashad White at the flex. And I think this is a scenario where you're going to play McLaurin because comparing Olave to McLaurin, even in a rough spot, even with even with the tough matchup and Jane Daniels being a little bit limited, I'm going McLaurin. I just think the volume is what gets me to that answer. It's all about the volume and it's all about the boom. We bring the boom. All right, so I'm going McLaurin and I'm going Rashad White. That's the answer there. Rashad White because I think he's going to get a bunch of passes. And while he's not effective running the ball, he is effective at catching the ball. And he could easily find the end zone multiple times in a matchup like this, especially since they don't have Evans and Godwin. They're going to need to throw him the ball. And I'm going to go McLaurin because I just feel safer playing McLaurin over Olave. KT, Dak, or Cousins. I would go Cousins over Dak. Those are both the type of guys that could really rinse you on any game. Their floors are both relatively low, but the matchup is so much better for Cousins than it is for Dak. Let's just be honest. It's so much better for Cousins than it is for Dak. So let's go with Cole's Cash. Kirk, one dose creator. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Start two, Waddle, Mooney, Shakir, Worthy, Dowdle. I think I answered this for you on Thursday, and I think my answer is more than likely the exact same. It's going to be Waddle for sure. I think you want Waddle in your lineups this week. I think Waddle is going to be a very good play this week. I think that Waddle is going to finish inside the top 24, and I think he has the upside to be literally the number one wide receiver. I think the Dolphins are going to feast on that ass of the Arizona Cardinals defense. Then we are going to go with Mooney because I think Mooney is another the safer bet out of all these guys with the most upside. So Waddle and Mooney. Michael Castro, thank you for the super chat. Two wide receivers, one flex, Olave, JSN, Yoshi Voss, Javonte Williams, Otten. We're getting JSN in there for sure. JSN is a stone cold lock to get into the lineups. Then got me feeling nicey. I'm feeling so Javonte for sure and JSN for sure. Those are both clearly going in there. I want to say Otten, but I really don't like playing a tight end in the flex, if I'm being honest with you. Like, unless it's really your best answer, right? If you had like McMillan and Sterling Shepard, then to be honest with you, I'd feel more confident in Cade Otten. But I'm going to go JSN, Javonte. I'm going to go Yoshi Voss. We're going to go with Yoshi there. I like Yoshi better than Olave just because I feel a little bit more safe with Yoshi, to be honest. To be frank, thank you for the super chat. Make sure you leave your question in chat because I currently do not see it. Trigger Trey, thank you for the super chat. DJ Moore, I'm going to keep looking for your question, to be frank. DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, rest of season. Who would I rather have? Gun to the head, I think I'd rather have Amari Cooper because I think Amari Cooper's role is guaranteed. He's the one. Whereas it feels like DJ Moore's kind of the 1A and Keenan Allen's the 1B. While that sucks to say because I was incredibly high on DJ Moore and I still do believe in DJ Moore, I do think you're better off rolling the dice with the Bills wide receiver one. Even with how good Caleb has been playing, I just think you're going to get a lot more safety out of Cooper compared to DJ Moore. So I would say Cooper I like better. Sam, thank you for the super chat. Start Jaden Daniels or Cousins. That's the range where I'm starting to think I kind of would rather play Jaden Daniels. Now, what time do the Falcons play? The Falcons play at 1. So basically, if Jaden Daniels doesn't play, you're kind of fucked. And that sucks. And that's not a situation that you really want to be in. But everything's pointing towards him playing. I think I'd go Jaden Daniels. It is close. It's like a very small margin, but I just think Jaden Daniels' upside is just much high. I guess the upside isn't higher. I don't know how I can argue for this. It's just the fact that Cousins, his floor has been just really bad recently. He's had some really bad games, so I'm going to go Jaden Daniels. It sucks, but I'm gonna go Jane Daniels. Mooney or Dobbs, Ferg or Otten. I'm struggling, bro. That's okay. I'm going Mooney over Dobbs. That's like not a no-brainer, but I know that for sure. I got Ferguson 8. I got Otten 9. That's more of a close, very close. So you could go either way there, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Ferguson. The whole Cowboys team was shit prior to the bye. I think they're kind of just prone for a bounce back here. So we're gonna go with Mooney and we're gonna go Ferg. And again, I'm still looking for to be Frank's question. '07 full PPR, pick 3, McMillan, BTJ, JSN, Trey Palmer, Cedric Tillman, 1 at tight end, Andrews, Komet, Taysom. Go with Andrews. Go with Andrews at tight end for sure. And then Brian Thomas Jr., JSN, and I would go Tillman. I wish we had a clear answer for who the number 1 guy is going to be in Tampa Bay, because if we knew, it would be so easy to play those guys over Tillman. It would be so easy if you knew. But I do feel like Tillman's either the 1 or the 2, whereas McMillan could be the 2, he could be the 3, he could be the 1. Same with Trey Palmer. And Otten maybe might just end up being the 1. So we're going to go BTJ, JSN, and then we're going to go with Cedric Tillman. Shane, what's up? PPR, by the way. What's up, GOAT? Packers or Ravens? Packers or Ravens? Packers for show. Packers. And then also, I know Kittle's projected to play. Should I roll with him or grab Otten because of the injury? And then Debo or Smitty. I'm playing Debo. I think Kittle's good to go. It's National Tight End Day. You already know Kittle's scoring on National Tight End Day. So we're going Kittle. We're going Debo. And we're going with the Packers. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, I don't think you could fade Kittle. I would not. Look, I like Otten. I am not confident benching Kittle. I'll just be honest with you. I'm going to keep it 100. Keep it 300, like the Trojans. 300 bitches. We're the Trojans. That's a Kanye lyric right there that I sung wrong. But yeah, Debo, Kittle, Packers. Steezy Nova, thank you for the super chat. Flex spot: Christian Kirk, Christian Watson, or Zach Moss. I could also pick up Douglas against Sauce. I don't know, high upside pick. I don't want to play any of those guys. But I'm gonna play Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk's been really shit, but Christian Kirk could somehow get a crazy amount of volume, and for that reason, I'm gonna go with him. He could get 10 targets. Do I think he will? No. I don't really trust Christian Watson. I don't trust Zach Moss. I don't trust Douglas. So I'm just going to go with Watson. Sean, start B-Rob or Waddle. Got Achane. 2 Finns are back. The Finns are back. I'm going Waddle. I'm going Waddle because, again, I worry about this Commanders offense as a whole, the unit being able to move the ball. I don't know if they're going to be able to move the ball as effectively as they used to. And I think that's going to hurt B-Rob. Plus, the matchup is tough, whereas Waddle's matchup is great. So I'm going to go Waddle. 100%. 100 P. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. No problem, Twisted Folk. Make sure you guys hit the like button. What up, Nick? What's up? Keep smashing those like buttons. Yes, sir. Like, my name is Mandingo. Half PPR, Tolbert or Ricky Pearsall, Laporta or Fant, May or Richardson. I'm going May over Richardson. Why? Because even up against the Jets, I just trust May more. May has been a top 10 quarterback in back-to-back games. Is he going to be a top 10 quarterback here? Probably not, right? I think we're all under the assumption that he's not going to do that. But could he? Yes. So we're going to go with him. And then we're going to go with May. Drake May. And then we're going to go with Pearsall. I don't mind Tolbert. Actually, I think I would go Tolbert over Pearsall, to be honest with you. So we're going to go Tolbert. It's very close, though. And then we're going Tolbert, May. And then I think I'm rolling out Laporta just because there's no Jameson Williams. Even though I don't want to, I think we're going to. We're going to go Laporta, we're going to go Tolbert, and we're going to go Drake May. Brian, thank you for the super chat. Debating if I start Reed or London. That's one of those, again, where it's basically a 50-50. and you're probably gonna end up hating yourself at the end of the night because you're probably gonna get it wrong. Because again, when it's a 50-50, halftime you get it right, halftime you get it wrong. It's not like you're talking about Reed versus Christian Watson or like something like very obvious. That's tough. I'm going London though. I'm going London. I think London's floor is a lot higher than the floor of Reed. Reed has been very up and down. London, at least as of recently, has been very consistent. And I like that consistency out of London. So I'm going to go with him over Reed. Komet, Coop Cobain. I'm so fucking stupid. I don't know how to read. Like Kurt, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Love you. Love you long time. I would go A-Chain, JT, Dobbins. Who you sitting? I'm sitting JT. I don't want to sit JT. I don't want to sit Jonathan Taylor. I do not want to sit Jonathan Taylor, but I'm going to because it's first game back up against a tough Texans defense. A-Chain, I love his matchup. Dobbins, I think he's going to be good against the Saints. So that's how you end up with Jonathan Taylor on the bench, even though it sounds gross. Daniel, thank you for the super chat. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. I need a wide receiver, a running back, and a flex in PPR. More. Connor, Flowers, and Najee. Appreciate you, dude. Keep rocking. Thank you. Make sure you guys do join the Discord. Pretty sure my dad was messaging in the Discord earlier because I saw him and I kept hearing Discord notifications, unless he was talking in a different Discord, which is possible because my dad's in like 8,000 Discords for like sports betting and stuff, which is pretty funny. Unk is on Discord. But yeah, make sure you guys do join the Discord. But back to the question. Daniel. I'm going, I think the odd man out. The odd man out's going to be Najee. They keep pushing towards a more centric offense on a more, I would say, what the fuck was I saying? I'm so stupid. A more Jalen Warren, more usage of Jalen Warren. Sorry, I don't know why I just had a brain fart. So they're trying to use Jalen Warren more. So that does knock Najee down the rankings. Flowers is pretty inconsistent, but I think this is a game where they'll be in the game. So Flowers won't, when they're up by a million, Flowers doesn't get used. I don't think that'll be the case. So Flowers counter up against the shitty Dolphins defense and DJ Moore. Flex, A-Chain, Jonathan Taylor, Jordan Mason, or Jaden Reed. This question's fucking impossible. That's too many good players. That's a question where I'm not going to be able to sleep at night because of it. But we're going to go with A-Chain. I love A-Chain this week. I love his matchup. I think A-Chain's about to go crazy. I think there's going to be a huge game out of A-Chain. I think it's hard to sit all those guys, but I'm going A-Chain. Jazz, thank you for the super chat. You like Jazz? The Mac Life. Shout out to Conor McGregor. My GOAT. Those fucking fights yesterday were crazy. I don't know how many of you guys watch the UFC. Cannot believe Max got knocked the fuck out. I thought Ilya would probably end up winning. I just didn't expect Max to get flatlined like that. That was crazy. BTJ or Waddle, Njoku or Kincaid, Njoku, Reed or Javante, Reed. Those are all Njoku's clearly ahead of Kincaid. BTJ and Waddle are close, but I'd go Waddle, and then Reed or Javante. Those are both close. I would go Reed. If you want the safest bet, go Javante. So Waddle, Njoku, Reed, but if you want more safety at your flex, play Javante. One Dose Creator, thank you for the super chat again. Trying to look for your question. Maybe it's behind here. All right, so we need To Be Frank and One Dose Creator. Rank these players: Tolbert, Palmer, Mostert, Shakir, Worthy for this week. It's Worthy, it's Shakir, it's Mostert, it's Tolbert, it's Palmer. Again, Worthy, Shakir, Tolbert, Mostert, Palmer. Type it out. Worthy, Shakir, Tolbert, Mostert, Palmer. Getting a crazy thumb workout right now. You fingering your ass, Brady? That's a joke. You know, it's funny. Like I know there's people that are new here, and they're probably just not expecting something like that to be said. They're not expecting stuff like that to be said. And Brady, I love you. I'm just fucking with you, as you know. McMillan or Bigsby? Bigsby. Bigsby, Hulk Smasher Mom. What a name. We're going Bigsby. 100% over McMillan. I love Bigsby this week. Trill Sebi, Komet or Hunter Henry? Kittle will play, is the report. Komet or Hunter Henry? Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's been balling, out of control. I think Hunter Henry's the clear answer there. Joey Ford, will I regret dropping Tillman for the Bengals defense? I love their schedule, but Tillman may be Puka struggling. Current defense is the Chiefs. I would recommend you just play the Chiefs. Don't just hold Tillman. Just play the Chiefs. I don't I'm comfortable dropping my defense every single week. I am not someone that holds on to multiple different defenses, especially if you can get a guy like Tolbert, right? Where not Tolbert, like Tillman, right? Where there's so much upside there. I think you're gonna severely regret. If you cut him, you're gonna really regret it. So play Tillman. Keep rocking with Tillman. You're gonna regret it. I posted my question again for him. You did? Oh, Debo, McMillan, or Dobbs? Debo, 100%. Debo, 100%. Thank you for the super chat. I apologize if I missed it. Debo, 100% over McMillan and Dobbs. Debo, 100%. Thank you. And again, I'm like 10 minutes behind a question, so we got to go a little bit faster. Richardson, Richard Arban. Thank you for the super chat. McBride or Njoku? This is going to sound crazy. I would have said you were a fucking idiot if you said this a couple of months ago, but it's going to be Njoku. His volume is insane on the Browns with Jameis. Devontae Smith or Stevenson in the flex half PPR. I would love to play Stevenson. I would love to have so much confidence in this Patriots offense, but I just don't. I think Drake May is going to be fine. I think Drake May is going to have a decent game to a really good game. He could have a really good game. But gun to my head tells me that you're going to want to play. You're going to want to play Devontae Smith. I know he shit the bed last week, but I think he's going to be way safer this week. Des, Chubb, or Brown? Dell, MHJ, Olave, Flowers, start 2. Thanks. Chubb or Brown? I would play Brown. Dell, MHJ, Olave, Flowers. I would go Flowers and MHJ. It hurts so badly to be so down on Marvin Harrison Jr. It hurts so badly to just keep shitting on the guy because he's a really good player. But I do think, with how much people are now, this is what always happens. When people start unanimously turning their back on a player, typically that's when they actually show up. And it seems like everyone's turned their back on Marvin Harrison Jr., so this is the week where he blows up. So Marvin Harrison Jr., Flowers, and Chase Brown. Citrus Blade, my man, thank you for the super chat. BTJ or JSN? I would personally play JSN. I think my rankings say BTJ, but I think BTJ is in a much tougher spot. I think BTJ could definitely end up having a really shit day and ruining your week. So I'm personally going to go with JSN. I just think JSN's a lot safer than BTJ. A lot safer, and their upside similar. Ali, thank you for the super chat. Do I bench Marvin Harrison Jr.? If you have options to bench him, I don't think he's must start. He's definitely not must start at this point, but I also don't think we should just be cutting bait on him and saying, oh, he sucks ass, this, that, and the other thing. His season's finished. He blows. I think that's a bad way of looking at things. So I would 100% go and play Marvin Harrison Jr. Kareem Hunt, Jonathan Taylor, Jameson Williams, James Conner, Jordan Mason playing 2 in a flex. Kareem Hunt, Javonte Williams, Jordan Mason. You're going to sit Jonathan Taylor and you're going to sit James Conner. It's tough, but that's how I would go. I love Kareem Hunt this week. I love Javonte this week. I love Jordan Mason every week. Connor and Jonathan Taylor just so happen to be casualties of the fact that you have so many good running backs. Legit Chrome. You got heads. Dell. Pick 2 full PPR. Chase Brown, K-Dot, Rashad White. Go with the double Tampa Bay play there. I think that Chase Brown's a fine play. I feel very confident in Rashad White this week. I feel very confident in Rashad White and K-Dot this week. CS, thank you for the super chat. Good stuff. Baker or Goff still waiting on the fuck no baby shirts. I should sell those, even though I think is that copyrighted, guys? Fuck no baby, the guy that says that. If anyone's seen the original video, just go on the Google machine, type in "fuck no, baby," and you'll get the original Vine from years ago. Baker, Goff. I'm going. Look, if you want to be as safe as possible, play Goff. Something deep inside of me, tells me to play Baker. So I'm going to play Baker, but Goff is way safer. Goff is way safer, but I'm playing Baker. Start to full PPR, start D Hop or Olave. I'm gonna go Olave. I think the volume is just gonna be a lot more there for Olave. Again, could Hopkins have a huge game? Yes, but I would rather watch Hopkins explode on my bench over starting him. I feel a little bit more confident in Olave. Eric, thank you for the super chat. JSN, Dobbs, Tillman, or Marv. JSN for me, 100%. I feel really good about JSN this week up against Buffalo. Trill, MHJ, Flowers, Hunter Henry, Komet, pick 3. I'm going to go MHJ, Flowers, and Hunter Henry. Komet's going to be the odd man out. Komet has been very boomer bust. I guess so has been Marvin Harrison Jr., but he's been super hit or miss weekly, and I do like the matchup a lot for him, but I do feel a lot more confident in MHJ and Flowers, and they all have a ton of upside as well. So that's the way that we're going to go there. We're going to go MHJ, Flowers, and Hunter Henry. Any more super chats here? JSN, Tillman, Marv, or Dobbs? I would go JSN. Wyatt, thank you for the super chat. Kraft or Kincaid, bench 1, Flowers, D. Smith, Waddle. Like and subscribe. Join the Discord. Facts. Kraft, 100% over Kincaid. Bench 1, I am benching Devontae Smith. Benching Devontae Smith. Why? Because I think that Devontae Smith is probably the lowest floor out of all those guys. Sort of bench Devontae Smith. Just making sure I have the correct lineup in here. I think I'm going to go. All right. Making sure I got my correct lineups in my leagues, my home leagues, all my friends. All right. So, yeah. Kraft and then bench D. Smith. JSN versus Pickens. Jacobs or Reed. Garrett Wilson or Worthy? Garrett Wilson. I have Bigsby and Devontae Smith on the bench. Should I play any of them over Debo? I would play Debo. Neighbors, Reed or DJ? Neighbors. Tua or Russ? Tua. Shakir, Odunze, Demario Douglas? Shakir. Yoshi or Ricky? Yoshi. Jordan Mason, Hubbard or Bigsby? Jordan Mason. Good luck to everyone. Go Dolphins. Facts. Go Dolphins. Football time. Good luck. Kelsey, Keenan or D-Hop? Kelsey. Pollard, Komet, Olave, flex play? Pollard. Russ or Baker? I have Baker ranked higher. Russ is safer. I love the onesie. Thank you. This was my Halloween fit I wore last night to my friend's party. I got another party next week. I'm going to be cross-dressing as my fiance. She's going to be me. I'm going to be her. First ever Notorious Fantasy costume. So if any of you guys are Notorious Fantasy for Halloween, make sure you tag me. I'd love to see it. No one would ever know who you are, though, so you can never be me for Halloween. I just think it would be funny. That's why I told my fiance Nicole to do that, because I think it's funny. Pollard, Komet, Olave, flex. Pollard. Have a great Sunday. Chase Brown or Brian Robinson, Hubbard or Waddle, Flowers or McLaurin, Laporta or Henry, Laporta. Time to eat that W, yes sir. Rank these this week. Rank the starts this week. Aaron Jones kind of shit the bed, but the rest of your team looks good. McMillan or Pittman or Ridley. Ridley. I am, yes. Tyler Sperry, thank you for the super chat. Bigsby over Dell. 100% Bigsby over Dell. 100% Bigsby over Dell. 100%. Lock Bigsby in over Dell. 100%. Neighbors or Debo? Neighbors. Worthy or Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson. 100% Bigsby over Dell. All right, my lineups are locked here. I got everything in. My teams are looking good here. Need some W's in my leagues because I'm like 3-4 in every single league. I have some of the most amount of points in every league, and I'm still 3-4. Fantasy football is a tough game. A lot of bots today. Bastard bots coming in here. Join the Discord. Make sure you do. Join the Discord. Love you guys. Next week, I guess Thursday is Halloween, so we're going to have to dress up again. I might just throw the onesie on again. I don't have the full fit because I was going to initially be Forrest Gump, so I just have the hat, the Bubba Gump's hat. Maybe I'll wear that. Maybe I'll be Forrest Gump. Jenny, I might be stupid, but I do know what love is. McLaurin or BTJ? BTJ. W stream, thank you. Love you guys. Go Dolphins. Fuck the Cardinals. Um, Hope you guys have a great Halloween. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the support. We have recently hit 37,832 was the mark on Thursday. Today is Sunday, and we are at 37,897. The goal is 40,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Is that a guarantee at this point? I would say no, but I think we should be able to hit it. So make sure if you're new, you hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate all you guys stopping by. I love you a long time. Go Colts. Hunt or Flowers? I would go Hunt. So I love you guys. I'm getting out of here. Enjoy your football. Thank you, Spock. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you to everyone who's here. Thank you, Spock. Obviously, Spock answers like all your guys' questions that I can't get to. The one thing that sucks about the fact that I've gained more subscribers is that there's more people in here, which is great financially for me, but it does suck because I used to be able to answer everyone's question, and now that's impossible. So I do appreciate Spock answering the questions. Anyone in chat answering questions, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys all. Have a great Sunday. I love you guys. Good luck to everyone. That's a good one, Spock. This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. Let's go week 8. Good luck to everyone. Have fun, everyone. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys on Thursday with the live stream, back on Monday with the videos. The election is next Tuesday. Make sure everyone goes out there and votes, whether you vote for whoever. It's okay with me. I just think it's a good thing to vote. So make sure you guys do. And Tua Tyreek for president 2024. Love you guys. I like your team a lot, Tyron. Feeling nicey. Bye-boy. See you guys later.